Well, here's an example of some computer-aided landscape design done using gCADPlus. We like to think that there's not a lot of difference between this design and one you might produce by hand. Let's use the mouse and hover over an area of an interest, and I'll roll the wheel of the mouse away from me, and then that enables me to zoom in. I'll right click on the mouse and pick Zoom Extents, and that takes me right out. I'll now return to the normal drafting environment. I go Workspace and gCADPlus Default, and now we're back into the area you'll be in when you're working. But I am in what is called a layout space. I'm going to click on the tab at the bottom of the screen and go into Model Space, because I want to illustrate that when we draw in a CAD program, we draw full size. So I can use the measurement tool to measure, say, the diameter of one of these symbols here, and I can click from one side to the other, and that's about 850 millimeters. I could repeat that command and measure the length of this vehicle, 4.5 meters, and the width just over a couple of meters. So everything in CAD is full size, and whenever we make a measurement in a CAD design, it gives us full size numbers. It's as though we are hovering over this site, and we can move anywhere we want in the site, but everything's drawn full size. If we measure the length of one of these panels over a seat, it's a meter long, and it's very, very precise. Any entity drawn, for example, if I pick the draw tool and draw a line just anywhere you like across in this paved area, I can type in 1000 and hit enter, and then I can right click and exit. Now when I select that line, can you see over here in the properties box, it reads 1000 units or 1 meter, because I'm working in the metric environment. Terribly important when you're moving from paper drafting to CAD drafting that you keep first and foremost in your mind this idea that we're building a full-size model of the site. It is not necessary for you to draw all these symbols yourself. gCADPlus has a large library of symbols, so we can click in here. Here's the list of symbols, and we can scroll up and down and find a symbol that we like. We can open it up and insert it into this drawing, and in it comes anchored at my crosshairs of my cursor. I could pop it in the middle of the grass here at the front of the property, and then I could select it and right click and scale, click in the middle and move to the outside, and there we have a symbol planted in that area. You might want to add more and put a square planting hole underneath it. Notice that the black line goes around it. That's a black line drawn on a construction layer ready for your construction team. So if we go here and scroll down, this drawing happens to have quite a large number of layers. I'll turn off the construction layer, and when I do that, can you see that line that was around there disappeared? If I select a symbol that was put in earlier, can you see that over on the left hand side here, it shows you the botanical name and common name and a code, and there's a tool in gCADPlus for applying codes. So to sum up, whatever you draw in this model space environment or size area is reflected in the layout or the print view, and we just put that new symbol in here. So you can experiment and work with your design, tweak your design, generate automatically a plant schedule which will show the symbol, botanical name and common name, and that information comes from a relatively simple data file. So I hope that gives you an introduction to gCADPlus, to computer-aided drafting, and reassures you that what you do by hand can now be done in the computer, and once you master it, your productivity will increase dramatically.